Hey, good morning again, my friends, and welcome to 5 Minutes of Blessing with Pastor Artel Bellman Sr. And we're brought to you today by the Spirit of Excellence Ministries, and we're continuing our study on the names of God. The names of God, amen. And today we're going to be dealing with the name of God, and we know the names of God reflects the character of God. And the name that we're going to be looking at today is Elohim Basamima, which means God in the heavens. God in the heavens. Amen. And we can see in Joshua 2 and 11 that this is where the name of God is being seen in this example. When we heard it, our hearts melted and no courage remained in any man any longer because of you. For the Lord your God, He is God, God being Elohim, in heaven being Basama, above and on earth beneath. Joshua 2 and 11. And really what we're hearing and we're seeing here is that man became fearful of Joshua and the tribe of Israel because they served the true and the living God. Amen. Our God who's in heaven, right? Our God who's in heaven, he reigns over the earth, he reigns over the heavens, he reigns over the all kingdoms, he reigns over the nations. Power and might is in his hands, so that no one can stand against him. And if we are his children, then no one really can stand against us. Amen. So Colossians 1 and 16 tells us, for by him all things were created, both in the heavens and on earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones or dominions or rulers or authorities, all things have been created through him and for him. Colossians 1 and 16 from the brother Paul, the Apostle Paul. And when you think about that and you break that down, so there is nothing that is created. There is nothing in the heavens. There is nothing on the earth. There is nothing that you can imagine. There is nothing that you can create that was not created through our God. Amen. And because it's created through our God, He has dominion, He has rule, He rules over those in authority because He created it, and through Him, all things all things have life, and all things get their being. Amen. Amen. So when we deal with things within our lifetime, our life situations, we have to we have to trust our Father who is in heaven. Amen. Jesus taught us to pray. He said, when you learn to pray in Matthew 6, he says, pray this, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Amen. Because he's our Father and he rules the heavens and he rules the earth. He rules the present kingdoms and he rules the kingdoms to come. And we should get our value and our worth from him. Amen. So if we take our value and our worth from our Father who art in heaven, then we will walk a life and walk in righteousness and holiness because that's what he has requested for us to do. Amen. You know, he is the one who keeps us and lead us out of temptation. He is the one who puts the ability to forgive into our hearts that we may forgive others. He is the one who teaches us to sow that we shall reap in due season. So when we think about today, you think about whatever trials comes up today or whatever situations, trust that you have a Father who is in heaven. Elohim Basama, which is our God who is in heaven. We sit at a seat in heavenly places. Jesus sits at the right hand of the Father in heaven, making intercession for us. So we should be able to walk in that intercession. We should be able to walk in that faith, and our faith shall rise up, not because of man, but because who God has made us to be and who God has called us to be, because our purposes comes from God. I pray that you have a blessed day. I pray that this has been a few minutes of encouragement for you today. And no matter what the enemy has planned, no weapon formed against you shall prosper because your Father who is out in heaven has all power, all dominion, and all authority. God bless you. See you next